Hey, this is Brian Buffington with Pioneer RESA, and I'll be showing you another teaching tech tool called Socrative.com. And Socrative.com provides a student response system that is free, and it allows you to use pretty much any kind of device out there. It's all web-based. Students can use Android devices, Apple devices, laptops, desktops. This could be used with stations. If you only had a few computers in a room and wanted students to rotate, this would be a great way to do that and incorporate some technology in your lesson. You can keep this anonymous. Students don't know which student is answering and who's answering correctly or incorrectly. You would know that as you would export the results at the end of the lesson. Students actually just go to a room number. It's pretty easy. There's no login information, which makes this perfect for younger students. They just type in a whatever 5 or 6 digit number, and they're in your room, and they are taking your assessment. If it's only one question or 10, and you have a multiple ways to format your questions. You can do multiple choice, true or false, short answer, and let's check it out. Also creative. And here we go. And let's go. We're going to log in as a teacher. So since everybody has my email address now, feel free to email me and tell me how awesome this is and how it's working with your students. Hopefully nobody can see my password though. Alright, so we're in. And this is what the teacher setup looks like. You log in and it shows you your room number. This is the number that all students will need to know when they're logging in and taking your assessment or your quiz or your ticket out the door. All right, and first thing, you can actually do single question activities. This is probably the quickest, easiest way for you to even use this and see if this is something you'd be interested in, is to just do one of these. And so in the middle of the class, you could do a multiple choice, and voila, you are starting the activity, and you didn't even ask a question. However, this is a multiple choice question for students. So I'm going to show you what a student would see. So I will open up another browser, and let's go to Socrative.com. Students will go to student login, and they need a room number. So I'll check again what my room number was here, and I will take this, copy paste it. And the student would go here. And there it is. And so you would actually ask or have this on a board, this multiple choice question on the board, and say choose an answer. And this is a very quick way to get a temperature of the room and see who is understanding the curriculum that you were teaching. So a student might say C, and it says activity's done. Please wait for the teacher to start the next activity. So if everybody had a device, when the teacher, I'll go back to the teacher view, the teacher stopped this question in activity, I can start a new one, and that student can then proceed. So right now you can see that the teacher view does show what the student just did and chose the answer C. All right, so that's a very quick way. That's actually asking a question orally or putting it on the board. That's just a way to get started. All right, then the next thing is actually to make a quiz. And here are activities that you could do with quizzes, starting a quiz. This exit ticket is actually already a pre-made pulse check. It's about 4 questions. It says, how well did you understand everything today? And it gives students 4 or 5 answers about how well they understood it. And then it said, what did you learn most from the day? And it's like an open-ended question. And you can actually, I'll show you the results of one of those in a second. But let's actually create a quiz, not just doing these single question activities. That's pretty simple. Let's do a created quiz. We have 2 options. We can create one or import. So first thing is let's create. And we can enable sharing, just so I can show you how it works. We'll get a special number here in a second when we start it. But this will be a way that, if you were working with two other teachers, let's say for instance you were a fourth grade science teacher and you had two other fourth grade science teachers down the hall, you could share your quiz with them, and so they don't have to create it from scratch. So we can start with our questions. So what kind of question do you want to add? We could do a short answer. We'll do something really thought-provoking like, what sound do cows make? Or what kind of sound does a cow make? I'll make sure I got some really nice grammar in here. What kind of sound does a cow make? That sounds a lot better. In the answer, I could make this optional here, but I would see this in the export, and we would say moo, explanation. Come on now. We know that cows go moo. Alright, so then we could do a new question. We could do a multiple choice. And I can add an image for these questions if I want. I could put an image in there and also along with the question. But I could say, what is Mr. Buffington's favorite color? And we would say blue, green, and green. You're going to check the right answer there. Brown. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I'm just going to put two questions there and show you how that's set up. So short answer, I got a multiple choice. I'm good to go. We're going to save this. I have to give the quiz a name. So we'll call this the cow quiz. And it gives me a share number. And so I could take this number here, copy it, send it to my other colleagues, and they can share this quiz because they will all want it, especially when they see the two questions that I have. So I'm going to continue. And so I made a quiz, but all I did was create the quiz. Now I need to start the quiz. So I need to go back to I'm at the Manage Quizzes screen right now. I need to go back to my main screen up here on the left and say Start Quiz. Very important. So you made the quiz, you manage the quiz down here. This is where you edit, delete, create. This is where you start. So I'm going to start the quiz. And I get to pick the quiz from a list of other quizzes that I have. So here's the cow quiz, the one I just created. I have two options here. I could make the student paced if I want students to go as fast as they want or slow as they want, and I could do the student pace. Now I could do a teacher pace in which I control the tempo. I'm saying question 1, everybody gets 2 minutes to do. And then I hit next, and that's how that works. So let's do a student pace one for right now. And it started. There's one student in the room because if you remember, I opened up a new browser and my pretend student over here in Firefox says, oh, I gotta start this. There's 3 questions. You didn't see me create one. You didn't see me create 3 questions because one is a given. It wants to know the name of the student because I will get some data on this. So Buffington Brian. What kind of sound does a cow make? And we're going to say moo. Good job, you got the right answer. That's great. And I'm feeling good. What is Mr. Buffington's favorite color? I'm going to say brown. Oh, wrong answer. But it tells me the right answer. So at least I know. And so I'm going to finish, or this is really neat, if I'm in a lab situation or using this as a station, I could let another student take the quiz. So I'm going to say finish the quiz in this situation. So I'm finished. I'm waiting for the teacher to pop something else up there. And it says that 1 out of 1 students completed the quiz. I can end activity. And here, this is the really great part. I can get the report. Or I could have emailed it to myself, but I'm going to download it. Here it is. Here's a nice gorgeous Excel spreadsheet, and it gives me all the information from the student name, what that student said with question 1 about the cow, and then Mr. Buffkin's favorite color. It even does a calculation of the score. All right, so let's get out of Excel. Let's see what else I wanted to show you how to do. Alright, so I showed you how to create a single question activity. Remember I showed you at the very beginning you could just do an orally given question and students grab a device and answer it that way. I just showed you how to create a multi-question quiz, download the quiz results. Lastly, I'm going to show you how to share or import a quiz. So if we go back to our room or to our teacher settings, I can go to Manage Quizzes, and I can import a quiz. I can import it from a shared quiz because I have that special code, because I created one before, or a teacher shared one with me, and I can copy paste that number in there, right here. All right, and that's how you would share a quiz among teachers in a school or a system. All right. A few tips for everyone out there. You must end the quiz to get results. If you're trying to get the results and you still want to keep it open, the quiz open, it doesn't work that way. So in the quiz, you do get the results as an Excel file. If you don't have a program to open an Excel file, you can use Google Docs or use your Google account to open an Excel file, and it'll read it fine for you that way. You can use this for an exit ticket. It's a great way. And like I said, just feel free to just get out there and explore, and even use that first type of question method, which was the one question, single question activities, which doesn't require you to set up anything. It just requires you to open your room up. Students log in with their student ID or their room. They open up. They log in with their room number, and you're able to get the answers those ways. All right, and this is another teaching tech tool from Brian. It's called Socrative.com.